India's diversity and natural beauty make it a country that tops many bucket lists. Although Indians are extremely amiable and hospitable people, it is always advisable to follow the local rules and social customs so that no one gets offended. To have a safe and delightful trip, here are things you should never do in India. Do not wear shoes inside a temple or home. In India, it is customary to remove your shoes while entering religious places. Also, if someone invites you into their abode, make sure to take your shoes off prior to entering, unless the host has clearly said that you don't have to. Some Indians do wear slippers inside, but usually those are just for indoor use and never worn outside. This practice extends to some shops as well. So if you see shoes at the entrance door, it's a good idea to remove yours as well. Do not give or take things with your left hand. The left hand is considered unclean in India, as it is typically used only for performing unsavory functions, such as cleaning yourself after going to the toilet, taking off and putting on your clogs, cleaning your feet, etc. Especially in religious places, receiving prasad or giving alms by the left hand is unacceptable and considered inauspicious. Therefore, all instances involving contact with food, passing or taking objects, or interacting with people must be done with the right hand. For southpaws though, this isn't mandatory. Do not point your finger or touch anything with your feet. Another etiquette rule is to never point your finger. This is considered rude. If you must draw attention to someone or something, do so with your whole hand or thumb. Also, touching people or objects, especially books and educational instruments, with your feet is considered really disrespectful. If it happens inadvertently, Indians reverentially touch that object with their hands and bring it close to their eyes as an apology. Do not expect punctuality. Have you heard of IST? For the rest of the world, it translates to Indian Standard Time, but for Indians, it means Indian Stretchable Time. Indians view time differently. For instance, if someone says I'm on my way, it means I haven't even left my place yet. Often 5 minutes is equivalent to 30 minutes and 30 minutes is equivalent to 1 hour, or even 2 hours. It's just the norm here for things to run late, be it public transportation systems, meetings, or social gatherings and events. So next time you're invited to a party at 7 p.m., you can turn up at least 20 or 30 minutes later. Trust us, it won't be considered rude. Do not strike up political or religious conversations. Don't talk or criticize the Indian politics or insult any particular religion and ethnic group. Although India is a democratic country with freedom of expression and many Indians are vocal about their views, you should avoid being the one to strike up a conversation that includes any religious or political matter, as these topics always get heated. There are surely other interesting things to talk about. Do not be offended by probing questions. Indians are an inquisitive bunch. They will ask questions about your job, income, marriage, and family, sometimes even during your first meeting. It's just their way of breaking the ice, so don't be surprised or offended if someone asks you such questions right off the bat, and just play along. Oh, and don't forget to do the same in return. Do not drink tap water. Refrain from drinking tap water in India as it contains Escherichia coli, a type of bacteria that can make you sick. It is best to carry a mineral water bottle with you at all times. Indians either boil tap water to make it portable or stick to bottled water, which is pretty cheap. Even in restaurants, order mineral water instead of regular water. It's always better not to risk it. Do not expect to pay for everything with a credit card. In India, cash is king. Though many upscale shopping complexes, stores, restaurants, and hotels have facilities to accept credit cards, there are just as many that don't. Sometimes, debit cards are also not accepted, so in such a situation, cash is your savior. Also, access to an ATM is quite easy in the cities, but less so in villages and towns. So make sure you carry an adequate amount of cash at all times. Do keep smaller bills to pay for parking, tipping, or purchasing small items. Do not drink or smoke in public places, and don't do drugs. Smoking and drinking alcohol in public places is prohibited throughout the country. If you want to enjoy this stuff, do it at your home or inside licensed places. Also, consumption, possession, and distribution of drugs will lead to conviction. Do not get involved in any of this. Do not expect everyone to speak English. India is culturally, linguistically diverse. There are numerous languages spoken across the country, and the dialects vary from place to place. Although you can get by with English at some places, outside the urban centers it's worth learning a few local words and phrases. This will help you make local friends too, because they will feel you respect their culture. We hope your visit to India is a good one. Stay cautious and do subscribe to the channel for more do's and don'ts of visiting countries around the world. See you in the next one.